You know, it's just gonna not get any more exciting than this. I forgot to put my microphone on. Here we go. This is what live is all about. Okay, welcome to Dealing with Brightspace. And today what we're going to be doing, it's a little bit different, not necessarily Brightspace per se, but a lot of us have been using the tool Zoom. And what I'd like to talk about is a little bit about Zoom and how I'm using Zoom in my classes and how I schedule a meeting and then post that information for my students in the announcements section in Brightspace. So let's go to my computer. And here we have my window. This is on my computer. I do this on my computer to set up meetings, even though I do have the app on my mobile device. And within the app of Zoom, you have some options. If I click new meeting, that's going to be a meeting that's going to occur right now. It's going to automatically start a meeting. And this is actually a neat tool if you want to have a meeting right away and send that invite to somebody. But it's also a neat tool if you want to practice using Zoom. You can practice with all the tools without anybody being there. You can practice looking at yourself in the screen. You can make sure the background's doing okay. You can access your screen share and all of those things. You can do all of that within that interface. Over here is where you're going to schedule meetings. You click on that and you can create a new meeting and schedule a time and the settings for that. Here's where you're going to, if I click that, if somebody has sent me an access code, I can enter it in here. And then this is a share screen function for when you're sharing your screen. So the first thing we'll do, as I was talking about that practice here, let's look at this if I set up a new meeting. So I've clicked that and immediately it brings me right here. So here I am, my regular camera's over there, my camera for Zoom is right here, and I can actually practice doing I have a custom screen behind me. Let me just go through the settings over here. It's down here. This is how I would end the meeting. This is reactions, little smileys and whatnot. I can press record to record the meeting. Here's where I share my screen, and if I click on that, it gives me an interface, and every open window that I have, you'll see my summer-fall schedule. I have an Excel sheet that's open up. I have my calendar, my home page. I also have a whiteboard if I connected my phone, my iPad, and this is my full desktop. I can share any one of those things. I'm not going to share anything right now. Here's where I see my participants, only one. And then there's security. And then I can do, this is my video functions here. This is going to look a little, looks weird sometimes because of the cameras I have set up. But this is where I choose my virtual background. If you want to do one of these backgrounds, I really kind of prefer this one. Here's my, I'm in St. Thomas. And here's my audio functions. Now I do want to say one thing. If you're going to be playing some videos on your computer, like you're going to share your screen and you're going to play a YouTube video or something on your screen, what you want to make sure you do is when you click here, that you go down here to this little box that says share computer audio. That will ensure that when you play that video that is on your computer, which you are sharing in your Zoom class, that the audio goes through as well. Otherwise, the audio won't happen to be silent. Unless it's a silent movie, and then it really won't matter. So let's X out of this and we'll get into scheduling and how I put that schedule into Brightspace. I'm going to end the meeting for all of me. Now, we're in the first week of classes as I tape this, and my statistics class is scheduled to have a Zoom meeting this coming Wednesday, the second week in the class, from 1:30 to 4. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule that. So you're seeing the real thing. I'm not even faking it. So I hit schedule and it gives me this interface. And I can put a title. And I like clever titles, so I'm going to call this Learning to Love Statistics. Okay, and here's the date. So the date is going to be, this is really hard for you to see, I'm sure, but it's going to be the 9th of September, and it's going to start at 1:30 p.m. So I'm just typing those up. So it's going to stay on the 9th, and it's going to go until 4. So right now you can see it's a 9/9/2020 from 1:30 to 9/9 to 4. So 1:30 to 4. I'm going to generate a meeting ID automatically, and I'm going to remove the password requirement just for this. Video, I'm going to put on for me and on for participants. And I want them to be able to either use the telephone or computer audio if they're going to phone in, or just computer audio. This right here gives me the option. It knows what calendars I use, so it's letting me use iCal, which is the Apple thing, Google Calendar, Outlook, or whatever. And as soon as I say schedule, it's now into Zoom. It's scheduled there, and it's actually opened up my calendar. And it wants me to put it into my generic, I can set my categories there. And I say, okay, and then there it is. There's the information for me. That went right into my calendar. So that's in my calendar now. So I want to now send this information to my students. So I go up to, I'm in home, and I go to meetings up here. And these are my scheduled meetings. Here's my Learn to Love Statistics. I click that one. So that's the one that's coming up here. And I copy the invitation. That's a button right there. So now a copy of the invitation is in my memory. I then go into my class. Here's my stats class, my announcements right here in the front. And I'm going to make a new announcement. And I'm going to call this the first Zoom meeting I gave them a little introduction to that. Use the information below to log into Zoom at that time. I'm a Mainer, I keep dropping my R's. So I paste that in, and there's the information that's put it right in, the whole thing, including the link. There's the topic, and then that goes in as a new announcement. And there it is. And if I go back to the class, you'll see that that announcement is right there. So I created a new meeting in Zoom. I then went into the schedule of Zoom, copied the invitation, and then pasted it. You could paste it into an email. You can paste it into a discussion. You can paste it anywhere you want to paste it. I'm going to use the announcement tool in my classes to tell students when the next meeting is. And there we have it. That's how you integrate using the Zoom application and informing your students in Brightspace about when the meeting is going to be. Take care.